on now. You can't even do this. Look.
All right, man. That was a nice smoke break. Now we chilling here, man, with the co-owner of Blaze, right?
Co-owner, yep.
Johnny. Got my guy Johnny, man, the co-owner of Blaze. How you doing, Johnny? So man, like with Sean, what got you started in the community in the cannabis business?
Oh man, my story is a long story, right? I've been doing this on one side of the line or the other since 1999.
That's right.
Right? And I went to school at University of Illinois. And my senior year, my house caught on fire.
Ooh,
And we were trimming a bunch of outdoor in the basement, completely unrelated to the house fire, right? And so what happened there was, the cops came, the firemen came, all that stuff. Got put on probation, came out here.
Right.
Started growing Prop 215 for medical patients, right?
Mm-hmm.
And started with just little garages in Sunset,
Yeah.
right? And there are a few other folks that started there too, right?
Mm-hmm.
A couple guys, Jai and Burner, right? They started probably like 4 blocks from where I was.
I got a few guys
Right.
too. The Sunset's blown up like
Oh man,
crazy.
blowing up, right? It was all like white
Come on,
boys,
man.
white boys growing weed,
Yes, sir.
and Asian people not paying attention to them.
Yep.
That's what the Sunset was in like the 2000s, right?
It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was beautiful. I mean, like, you want neighbors that don't want to get in your business at all, that want nothing to do with you. They were perfect. My neighbors were lovely.
So good.
They didn't complain about the fans or nothing.
Right.
Right. And so then I graduated to warehouses in the Bayview. Right. And then 2016, one of my partners is like, "You're the one that's good at the business stuff. Like, go get us a medical cannabis dispensary license in San Francisco." And so that set me on the path that brought me here. Right. And, that started with, just raising a little bit of money and trying to get a medical cannabis dispensary here in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
And that was before the social equity laws came out in Article 16. Right. And so when the city said, okay, we're not going to do medical cannabis dispensaries anymore, we're going to do adult use cannabis dispensaries. And we're going to change all the laws and we're going to create all these social equity laws, right? And that was Supervisor Malia Cohen was the champion of social equity. I mean, and social equity is like, it's uncharted waters, right? There was like maybe Oakland was the only town in like the world that had tried to do it. So people are writing legislation. They have no idea what it's going to do, what's going to happen with it, right? But I was right there. Right. And so we founded a trade organization called the San Francisco Cannabis Retailers Alliance. It's still going. It's a trade organization of just it started with just dispensary owners doing grassroots organization here in San Francisco. And a friend of mine, so I'm like, okay, let's see if we can get like, all right, we're already looking for one dispensary. Like, let's see if we can get another one. And so we're watching these laws change, and we're going to City Hall, and we're doing all this work and everything, all because it's so political, right? So political. And so what happens is we see how the laws are changing, and we're like, all right, we're going to be able to. There's going to be one spot that you're going to be able to put a dispensary on Haight Street because of the buffers between the schools and stuff like that, right? There's only one 3-block spot in the Haight Ashbury where a dispensary is going to go because there's going to be a school here, and you can't put two dispensaries within 600 feet of each other. So me and he was my political consultant. He's now my friend. He's another one of the co-owners of Blaze on Haight. His name's Connor Johnston. We found 1685 Haight Street, which is now Blaze on Haight, on Craigslist. On Craigslist. And so we email the guy, right? We say, hey, guy, landlord guy, we want to, sell weed at your property, right? we want to open this store. And he's like, okay, cool. Just pay me a little bit more than market rent. I mean, that's kind of like how it goes, right? Pay me a little bit more than market rent, and and he's been a great landlord. We won't mention his name, but he's been great. Shout out.
Definitely.
And so we're like, okay, well, now we've got a location, but we need a social equity partner, right? because I didn't. I mean, I actually qualify for 2 of the 6 things that you need for social equity in San Francisco, right? But you need to qualify for 3. And so a friend of mine introduced me to Sean, and I remember the moment I met Sean Richard. It was at London Breed. It was at an event for London. And it was like, I don't know if it was their second supervisory or their first mayoral campaign, but it was an event at the Emporium, if you guys know that spot on Divisadero, right? And my friend says, hey, this is Sean. You know, he's a pillar of our community. And, you know, tells me about Brothers Against Guns. And we kind of just sit there and we kind of talk and we kind of hit it off. We're like, all right, let's do it, right? Because that's part of the thing with social equity is like you're doing these business marriages without knowing people for a super long time, right? And some of those, I mean, blew up in people's faces seriously. And I'm not saying Sean and I never had a disagreement, but we're brothers, right? And brothers fight every once in a while, but we got each other's back, big time, right?
Social
Big
equity,
time.
the social equity, being a verified social equity, that's like a gold mine that people just really don't know about. Like,
I mean, you think it was a gold mine, right? But now in San Francisco, you've got oversaturation of stores. And I met social equity applicants that have put their life savings into these stores that have failed. Right. It was a, I don't want to say it was a failed experiment, but it was an experiment. Right. And unfortunately, it was an experiment with people's livelihoods. And sometimes it went okay and sometimes it didn't. We all thought, like, I thought, oh, I got a social equity partner. I got a joint on Haight Street. Like, we're good. Right. But you don't really realize that, you know, all these other forces are against you, right? Like you've got the unregulated market. That ain't going anywhere. It's been in California for 40 years.
On my next topic.
Yeah.
So
sorry, am I talking too much?
No.
All right, cool.
You good.
All right, cool.
Good. Yeah, I mean, you telling really how it is. Like I'm like I say, I'm verified social equity, but I didn't get into the dispensary things. And
well, that was always the biggest hurdle is, you know, black market was never going to go away, right? And when you're competing not only against the government, you know, and paying the taxes and paying the extra fees, you're also competing against the market that can charge whatever they really need, you know, and so it's a hard competitive market, right? Like,
right.
So was there any pitfalls, you know what I'm saying, in mountains, up the mountain, you know what I'm saying, mountains that y'all had to climb to begin?
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's so many challenges when you're trying to start a business, any business, right? I mean, the first thing you gotta do is find the funding, and then you, I mean, just getting this license was crazy, right? Like it was a competitive process, and there were, and the city of San Francisco decided that the way that they wanted to do the process was it was going to be first come, first serve. So whoever could apply fastest was going to be the one that would like buffer the other people out. Luckily, we had faster fingers than the other 2 competitors, right? But that was it, right? And with social equity, they've tried a lot of different things to see what's good. Like they've done lotteries, right, where everybody applies. Like Oakland did a lottery, right? And the people that win the lottery did it. I actually, I'm from Illinois, right? And because of my social equity status there, I'm actually starting dispensaries in Illinois. Actually won the lottery there. I won 3 licenses there. Right.
You already know the business, though.
Yeah.
For like,
you should go out there and make a killing.
for some that don't know, like what technically is like a lottery.
Okay, so there's 3 different ways that cities typically hand out licenses, right? The first could be timed application process, first come, first serve. They'll open an online portal, and the people that apply first are the people that get it. So like, let's say usually there's buffers, right? So if I got my license done in 10 minutes and the person behind me got it in 15 and we're a block away from each other, then I'm going to get it because I got it done quicker, right?
Okay.
The city of Los Angeles did that too, but some people got access to the online portal before it actually opened. So lawsuits, right? So that's the first one, timed application. The second would be like a pure lottery where you just do a minimum viable product, like you just, 2-page thing, and they put everybody into a hat, and then they draw the people out, and then you go and you find your real estate and whatever. That's probably the most fair way to do it. After like I've been doing cannabis retail development since 2016, so I'm doing it
true lottery setting.
True lottery, and then like what Illinois just did was a qualified lottery. So you had to do. I mean, my application in Illinois is probably 280 pages long, and so because I was with partners, we've been doing this a long time. We
Yeah,
were able to get a
know your
perfect
shit.
score. So
they-
only people with perfect scores were put in the lottery. That's a qualified lottery, right? And then
Come on now, you can't even do this. Look.